Hey everyone, my name is Eddie, and tonight I'm going to do something new with my video. As you can see, I am recording on an actual camera. I have my totally original bi-lighting, Spider-Man lighting, yes, fantastic. And I was inspired to make this video because I read a really fantastic post on the trans subreddit. It really resonated with me. And so tonight I'm gonna share that post with y'all and also relate my own experience at the end. I also would love in the comments to hear if you relate to this, your experience as well. So what I'm talking about tonight is dissociation, depersonalization, and being trans. So my voice is dropping and it is just super fun to crack and have to cough all the time. So this is from user Lady Ada Blackthorn. Does anyone else feel that pre-realization they both existed entirely in their own heads and didn't exist at all? This is kind of a hard thing to explain. I mean, a few things by existing entirely in my head. Part of that is doing most of my living through books, TV, or video games. In a lot of ways, I felt more connected to imaginary people than real ones. I also remember thinking a lot that the entire definition of a person was in their mind. I'm not sure I ever made the conscious connection, but I don't think I ever really identified with my body as something that was me in the same way that my mind was. The didn't exist thing is odd. Like, I read books and talked to people, but I'm not sure that I ever thought about my own life. Like, I would talk crap with my friends, but I'm not sure I ever had a real conversation that required me to think about my real feelings in a personally relevant situation. I would entirely do what other people, mostly my parents, wanted, and never even really noticed that what I wanted was different. Okay, that felt like a lot. The other thing I'm not certain of is how much of this is normal growing up, how much of this is male socialization, and how much is trans-specific experience. So I'd be interested to hear what parts, if any, y'all can relate to of this. And I know I relate to it incredibly strongly, which is why I decided to make this video. Before realizing that I'm a trans guy, I did not feel like a person. I felt like a mask, or a mimic, or whomever I thought the person that I was around wanted me to be. If somebody asked me, who are you, dead name, I would say, I'd freeze up. I was like, well, I do this, I like this, but who am I? I don't know. I'm a really big fan of philosophy tube here on YouTube. A lot of people are. And on Ollie's most recent video, he talks about how we view ourselves almost entirely through the lens of what other people think about us. And that struck me really deeply, because I was making who I was the version I thought other people wanted me to be. And in a way, I only existed in other people's minds. Who I was, I didn't think mattered because I didn't know how to find who I was. I didn't click until about 3 months ago, and by God, realizing I'm trans was like a light switch flipping. I feel real. I feel attached to not only attached to being alive, but attached to other people, to the things that make me happy. And I've never felt so alive before, so real before. I'm a real boy. I did it. Hooray. And before, especially if I had to be out in public, if I had to socialize, it was like I was giving a performance on a stage. And if you're acting, if you're performing, you're not really making connections. You're not really there. I was like an outsider looking in, watching myself go through the motions, and I found that the only way to get rid of that feeling, unfortunately, was to drink, and often in excess. I was definitely borderline alcoholic. I hurt myself and people I care about through over drinking, and it was all in service of trying to get rid of that depersonalization, that dissociation, that discomfort within my own self. And now I go out and I'm just me. I'm there. I'm talking to people. I'm still a dork, and I've still got some social anxiety, and if you flirt with me at the bar, I'm not gonna know that you're flirting, probably, because I can't pick up on even the biggest signals. So just tell me if you're flirting with me. But it's night and day. I don't have to drink. I don't feel uncomfortable and awkward all the time. It's amazing. So I really hope that some of you can relate to this. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you liked this silly video. And I'll make some more. And I love you all. Something I touched on, how we view ourselves through the lens of others people's opinions and thoughts of ourselves. When I say, to try and take some time to be kind to yourself today, what I mean is we all got those mean voices in our head that tell us that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, that we're too this or too that, or not enough this. And it helps me, at least, to know that voice, that's not entirely me. That's what other people have told me. That's what cruel people who don't care about me, or people who do care about me but we're doing the wrong things, that's their thoughts, their voices. That's not me. So, I hope that helps. If you have that negative self-talk voice that puts you down, it's that's not you. That is what our somewhat cruel world has gifted you, and you don't have to keep that gift. You don't have to carry that burden. Set it down a little bit at a time. I want to do that with you. I'm trying to do it for myself. So I love you. Try and be kind to yourself, and I'll see you next time.